Are you looking for the easiest ways to skyrocket your credit score and get free cash back in flights? Then you've come to the right place. Having a high credit score can save you hundreds if not thousands of dollars when applying for an auto or home loan. Credit scores are confusing. Knowing how your score is calculated can set you up on a road to success. Your credit score can range from 300 being the lowest and 850 being the highest. Your credit score is divided into 5 subcategories. Your biggest category would be payment history. Payment history makes up 35% of your credit score. On-time payments are mandatory. Set up auto pay or set a reminder in your phone so you know when exactly to pay your bill off. If you miss a payment, not only will you be charged a late fee, but it can impact your score up to 100 points and stand your credit for about 7 years. When paying off your credit card, you'll have the option either to pay the minimum or the full balance. I personally would avoid not paying the minimum payment but the full payment instead so I don't start accumulating interest onto my credit cards, although some cards do come with a 0% APR for a certain amount of months, maybe a year or a year and a half from the opening date of your card. I personally would pay my bill on time in full every month. If you're worried about paying any interest on your card, do not carry a balance. But like I said, if you have a new card and has 0% APR for the first few months, then that is an option, but I would still not suggest it. If you've heard anywhere carrying a balance will have a positive impact on your score, that is false. In fact, that even if you don't use your credit cards every month and carry a zero balance, that'll still be a positive impact on your credit score, although you need to be wary of having your accounts close out on you, because if there's no history on your card, then the card issuer is going to think, oh, maybe he's not using it anymore, or maybe she's not using it anymore, so okay, we'll just close that out on them, and that can affect your credit score as well because your average length of your credit can go down and significantly affect your score. Not only is paying your bill on time very important, but card utilization makes up about 30% of your credit score. The general rule is to stay under 30% utilization, but for the best impact, you want to stay under 10%. It is important that you know why having higher credit limits is beneficial to you. For example, if you're having financial troubles and you need money at your disposal, let's say your car just broke down, you need a new alternator for your car and it's going to cost $1,500. That credit card can pay for it while your check maybe comes in next week and you don't have time or you don't have enough money to pay for it up front. Having available credit can be used as leverage and come in handy when needed. I recommend you ask your card issuer about 6 months from opening for a credit limit increase. Higher limits on existing cards can possibly get you approved for even higher limit cards in the future. Showing that you're spending your money responsibly and using your credit limit in moderation will look good to the credit bureaus. Having a high balance can show the credit card companies that you might be under a lot of financial stress. The one thing I could recommend for credit history is start today as early as possible. The earlier you start, the better. The general rule of thumb is having a longer credit history is beneficial to you. Let's say, for example, you opened up your first card 2 years ago and today you want to open up your second card. And if you were approved for that card today, your average length of credit history would be 1 year compared to the 2 years on the one single card that you opened up. So your length of history is calculated by the how long your accounts have been open divided by the number of accounts you have. I would say be cautious about annual fee cards because some annual fee cards cannot be downgraded. Therefore, if you don't see any more value in the card, you will be forced to close out the account and that could possibly hurt your age of credit. So the fourth and fifth categories aren't the most important, but they both do take up 10% each. New credit means when you go to apply for a home loan, auto loan, or even a new credit card, the lender is going to do what is called a hard inquiry or a soft inquiry. Hard inquiries can decrease your score about 5 points, and then the soft inquiries do not affect your score at all. A hard inquiry lasts about 2 years on your credit report, and after the 2 years, your score is no longer affected. And finally, the credit mix of your credit. And finally, the credit mix. Credit mix makes up about 10% of your score, and I feel like this just comes over time with the amount of loans you take out throughout your lifetime. There's nothing really I would suggest about credit mix. This really just comes over time. The most efficient and easiest way to boost your credit score, I would say, is to pay your bills off in full every month and keep your credit utilization across all accounts under 10%. I would say there's no magic shortcut or any type of hack to this. This really just comes with patience and consistency. If you guys enjoyed the video, please make sure to like and subscribe. It really means a lot to me. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.